Good evening and welcome to all the participants joined in the Delhi virtual program on work-life balance conducted by the Professional Skills Enrichment Committee of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India in association with Heartfulness. We have with us today's resource person, Dr. Minalini Shah, and our expert, Mr. Deepak Khanduri from Heartfulness. We welcome you both in this platform of Delhi Virtual Program on Work-Life Balance. With this, for the introduction of Dr. Minalini Shah, I am requesting Mr. Deepak Khanduri and thereafter handing over the session to Dr. Minalini Shah for further proceeding.
Thank you, Dr. Samit. Dr. Minalini Shah is a professor of management, IMT Ghaziabad, and Vice President POMS India chapter. She is a distinguished academician with a doctoral degree in computer science and a prestigious European Commission postdoctoral fellowship in supply chain management from Warsaw University. She has attended programs at Harvard Business School and summer school at St. Gallen, and she has been a visiting faculty to many prestigious institutes, leading global institutions, including IIMs, Kashipur, Nagpur, Raipur, NMIMS, and many countries, including Poland, Uruguay, Greece, Dubai, and India. Dr. Shah's scholarly contributions have earned her numerous awards, including AIMS International Award for Second Best Woman Researcher and Best Research Paper Award at national conferences. Beyond academia, she is a passionate practitioner of heartfulness meditation, a heartfulness trainer, an avid reader, and a trekking enthusiast. With this, I hand over the session to Dr. Shah for her presentation.
Thank you, Brother Deepak, and thank you, Dr. Samit. Let me share my slide. So the topic of today is from global citizen and individual transformation, a journey from Swa se Sarv tak. So in today's talk, I'll be actually narrating only few stories and for all of us to draw the conclusion. But let's first see what we discussed yesterday and day before. So yesterday we talked about the rejuvenation and how the rejuvenation or overall well-being happens, which is the part of physical, emotional, spiritual, and intellectual. We talked about the 5 koshas, that how our Annamaya, Manomaya, Pranmaya, 3 koshas affects us. And once all these are aligned, we get the exist Vijnanamaya kosha, which is the knowledge. And then we practiced how to let go, how to put the garland on the people tree before you enter your home, and the put garlandry when you go to your work. So after that, as I said, today we are going to talk about the 3 stories. I love to narrate a lot of stories and incidents, so let me try 3 stories. But before that, let's do check-in. Let's take a pause, get connected to ourselves, and start. Then we'll start today's talks. So I'll request all of you to please close your eyes. Take a deep breath and breathe out. Let go. Breathe in, breathe out, and let go. Come to your heart. And get into the depth of it. the heart which is connected to the ultimate source. And pray that all of the hearts are connected to each other and simultaneously connected to that ultimate source. And we learn whatever is meant for us. That's all. And now open your eyes and let's go. As I said, today I'm going to narrate a few stories. So my first story is about thorough seeker or half-baked seeker. There was a guru who always used to tell his disciples that don't become a raw or a half-baked seeker, but become a thorough seeker. So one day, a new seeker dared to ask him that, what do you mean by a thorough seeker or a raw seeker? And in that reply, the guru told him one of the story. And the story goes like this. So there was a confectioner. His sweets and confectionery was famous in his village, in his town, and in the nearby areas. So one day, a family of husband, wife, with one young kid came to the shop and asked for a pudding. And in reply to that, the confectioner said, sure, I'll make the pudding, but it will take some time, so you'll have to wait. Okay, good enough. The parents decided to sit there and they sat on next to a table and waited. But the young kid, in every 1 minute or two, will come to the confectioner and will ask, is my pudding ready? He'll say, no, I'm cooking it. The kid will go back and then will come again and will ask the same question. This happened quite a number of times, and finally, the confectioner also started getting irritated. So he thought what to do. And he said, okay, next time when the kid came, he said, okay, here is the pudding. And he put 1 spoonful of pudding on the plate to the kid. And when kid tasted that pudding, he did not like it. He said, no, it's not good. Why do people talk so much about you? So confectioner said, if you want to eat really good pudding, then you'll have to wait. So go sit next to your father and wait for some time. When it will be ready, I'll call you and I'll give you the pudding. And after eating that raw or half-baked pudding, the kid was very disappointed. So he thought, okay, let me wait. And he went and sat silently. Now, after some point in time, with due course in time, with the slow process of cooking. Slowly, that pudding started cooking. The aroma was everywhere. And once that aroma filled the whole confectionery, now the confectioner took out that pudding and gave it to all the three. And this time, the kid was so happy. The kid was happy to eat that sweet and very nice pudding. And he said, I have never ate any such pudding. And then the confectioner said that if you want to have any good cake or a pudding or sweet, you will have to wait. Patience is the key because it takes time. Now, when the student heard this story, he asked Guru that, okay, I understand about the pudding, but why do you say a half-baked seeker or a raw seeker? What do you mean by half-baked seeker and raw seeker? And then Guru said that you have just come in my school to study and you want to compare yourself with all the seniors who have spent years and years in learning and understanding this. You are half-baked. And a thorough seeker will take its time. So the wise are satisfied by considering their goal as everything. But without practice, nothing can be achieved. Right? So practice makes a man perfect, and patience is the key. So when you are new in your profession, in any profession, takes time. Don't compare with way much seniors. With due course in time and with proper practice, one day you will achieve your goal. So that's the story number one. And you can put it in your context, in your life. And the learnings are always individual. Okay. The second of it is the example of cocoons. So when you're talking about the butterflies, the evolutionary process of a butterfly, if you cut open the cocoon to help it out, what will happen? The wings of the cocoon is not so strong enough to fly. So don't tamper with the cocoon and destroy the life of a butterfly. That resistance was needed so that it would struggle, fight, and become stronger in the process. Again, the conclusions for us to draw that how do we want it to happen? Whether we are a senior, just trying to take out the cocoons out, giving them extra responsibilities, burdening them, overexposing them, or allowing them to become the beautiful butterfly which they are meant to be. I'll go to another story. So this is my story number 2, which is a bitter gourd on a pilgrimage. So one day there was a monk and a group of his disciples came to the monk saying that, Guruji, we want to go to pilgrimage. Guru said, why? Why do you want to go to pilgrimage? And the disciple said, because we want to get all that positive energies. We want to get benefits from those pilgrimages. Everybody goes, so we'll also go. And we'll be changed. Monk said, okay, that's fine. But can you do me a favor? And the favor was, he said, this is my bucket of bitter gourd. You have to take it with you. In every pilgrimage, can you offer this bitter gourd to the deity? And then while leaving the pilgrimage, just collect this bitter gourd back and bring it back to me. So that, and the disciples were a little surprised But they said, yes, yes, Guruji, we'll do this. And they took the bitter gourd and they went on a pilgrimage. When they came back, they hand over the bucket back to the monk. And then the monk said, okay, so we'll cook it today and we'll eat it. The vegetable was cooked and offered. And the senior monk, the minute he took the first bite, he said, the bitter gourd did not change. It's still the same way bitter. Despite all those pilgrimage. So the disciple said, yes, it's the bitter gourd, so it has to be bitter. And then Guruji, the monk senior, said that, but it went to pilgrimage. So I thought it's a prasad and it will be sweet. But as we saw and as we heard, it still remained the bitter. The lesson thereby is we all want to change in our circumstances and our existence. But do we ever consider changing ourselves from within? So when we are looking for all of these balances, living life, exposing ourselves to different experiences, don't we need to check what is inside us? Don't we need to clean that bitterness from us first before we become sweet? So the changes of the global citizens will happen, but it will start from that individual transformation. So check in, do meditate, and know what are those negative emotions and feelings which are stopping you to become the sweet prasadam. And how can you convert yourselves into the transformation you are meant to be? Now I'll come to the third story. It's exactly not a story, but it's a message of universal brotherhood. So if I have to ask, do you know why there was Mahabharata? Why there was the war of Mahabharata happened? And the answer lies in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So the first shloka of Srimad Bhagavad Gita starts with when Sanjay says, when the first slok starts with where, sorry, I'm suddenly having a blackout. Okay, so it says that Kauravas, and so it starts with Dhritarashtra, sorry. So Dhritarashtra says, Mamaka and Pandavascha, mine and Pandus, mine and yours. So the whole reason of the war is when we have this differentiation between me and you. Whereas contrary to that, if we do a prayer where we connect to the whole universe, when from I we become we, the overall universal brotherhood happens. Everything becomes the part of the one. Then the transformation starts happening. You must have noticed while going for the pause in the beginning when we prayed, we said all the people and their hearts are connected. Right? I'll tell you one more story on this. So once, you must have heard about Ramanujan. So once his guru was very happy with Ramanujan because he was very sharp, he was very hardworking, and he was very pious. So Guru said, I'm very happy with you, Ramanujan, and I want to give you a mantra. But the condition is You're not going to tell this mantra to anybody because this mantra will directly take you towards liberation, moksha. So Ramanujam said, okay, I'll not tell it to anyone. But then Guru said that, this mantra is going to take you towards liberation. And not everybody can get liberation or moksha or heaven. So you're not supposed to tell this mantra to anyone. And Guru told the mantra to Ramanuja. And then Guru went out for a few days out from his school to complete his other work. Meanwhile here, when Ramanujan started chanting that mantra, he could sense the difference after the first instance of chanting itself. And he recalled that my Guru has said that this mantra with a continuous practice will take you towards liberation and to the heaven. So he thought, why only me? Oh wow, it's so good. I need to tell it to all the people, all the brothers here in this ashram and wherever I find the people. So he told the mantra to everybody in the ashram, and whosoever came to ashram, or when he used to go out to take bhiksha in the village, to the people in the village. And hence everybody in the village and in the ashram started chanting that mantra. So after a few days, when the Guru came back, Guru heard a villager chanting the mantra loudly. Guru heard it, and Guru was very angry, very annoyed. And he understood that this mantra is actually revealed by Ramanuja. So he called Ramanuja and he asked, when I told you that this mantra is exclusively for you, you're not supposed to tell it to anybody. Why did you tell it to all? And Ramanujam said, Guruji, I apologize. Punish me whatever way you want to. So Guru asked him, but then why did you do it? He said, what is the liberation? What will I do by being liberated or being in heaven all alone? We all are brothers. Wherever I'm with everybody, that's the heaven. I thought that let us all go together to heaven. And he said, and he bowed down to his Guru, asking for punishment. The tears rolled down in Guru's eyes, and he said, how can I punish you? You are such a pious soul. You are beyond I and we. You are already the part of the universe. And that's the story for us. Now, how does this story work for us? This story works in many ways. Number one, when you start praying for all, your heart opens up. You're not praying for yourself. You're not putting yourself the first one. So if I say my child should be passed, despite it is for child, but it is for my child, right? So the prayer is for me. And hence prayer for me or for my benefit, directly or indirectly, might not work. But when you pray, oh, everybody should be happy. Everybody should be good, healthy. Then it works directly or indirectly for all of us. We are from the culture where we say, Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dugbhagbhave. That means everybody should be happy. And when everyone is happy, we are also part of everyone. And from moving from the we, when our heart starts opening up, we start connecting to each other and to the universe. Miracle happens. This is how the energy works in. If I have to give you an example, do you remember someday when you picked up a call to call some of your friends or some of your family members or some of your maybe clients, and the minute the person picks up the call and says, oh, I was just thinking about you. That's how the energy moves. If I have to put it in scientific terms also. So Einstein says Energy can neither be created nor it can be destroyed. It can only change its shape. That means whatever we speak is an energy. It's a sound energy. What we hear is an energy. What we feel is an energy. So whether you curse somebody or whether you bless somebody, it's not about the words, but it's about the emotion and the feeling which goes with those. And those are the energies which can neither be created nor it can destroy. That means those energies are bound to come back to us. So if you'll bless all, you will be blessed. If you bless the people with happiness, you will be blessed with happiness. When you are connecting to the universe, when you are connecting to this universal brotherhood, then whatever work you do also becomes the work of ours. A natural sympathy comes in. And remember, we said life is about happiness and love. So this journey, as stated in our books, is from Swa se Sarvata, from I to we. Now, how do you cultivate it? One of the way is be in gratitude. In gratitude to everything. For example, when you partake food. So when we partake food, please thank everybody. Be in gratitude to all the people and elements which brings that food on your platter, on your plate. Be thankful to Mother Earth for growing those plants. Be thankful to the water. Be thankful to the fire. Be thankful to the sky and the air. Be thankful to the person who has cooked it for you. Be thankful to the person who has grown it for you. Be thankful to the person who bring it from the market to your home. All the people and elements, and then eat. Otherwise, how do we eat? We eat with our mobiles. We eat with the TV. We eat with soap operas. And hence, the energy which we get from the food does not help us. Even scientifically, it has been proven. The doctors say so. That when your eyes are glued to the TV sets and the mobile phones, your brain is working somewhere else. And hence, the flow of the blood and the other hormones which are required to digest the food does not work. Because finally, you are not assuming that you are eating the food. On the reverse of this, when you eat food, eat with the intention of eating and with full of gratitude, and see the difference in you and in your other daily activities as well. So as a part of this gratitude and as a part of I and we, in Heartfulness at 9 p.m., we do a universal prayer. We usually offer this prayer and sit for about 10 to 20 minutes. And what our prayer says, it says, all brothers and sisters around the universe are being filled with love and devotion. And real faith is getting stronger in their heart. Now with this prayer, we are saying all brothers and sisters around the world. So when everybody is my brother and sister, then I for sure will be praying for their love, right? And I'm praying that their hearts are being filled with love and devotion. And real faith is getting stronger in their heart. What is that real faith? And that real faith will come to you, will open to you, because every other person is praying for you, right? So it's a rule where you are not praying for yourself, but the fruit of those prayers, being the part of the universe from I to we, works for all of us. So with that, let us do this prayer and then start our meditation. So please close your eyes. Take few normal breaths. Now take your attention to your heart. And make the universal prayer that all brothers and sisters around the world are being filled with love and devotion. And real faith is getting stronger in their heart. And with thought that source of divine light is present in my heart and attracting me inward, please start meditation. It will be a few minutes of silence without any instruction. That's all. With the closed eyes, observe your heart's condition. And identify. Take it to your subconscious so that you can bring in this condition as and when. And spread this condition around you so that whosoever meets you can also get benefit from your this condition. Let's see. What are the questions now? The first question which I see is, what is the role of rejuvenation in maintaining healthy work-life balance? When you are rejuvenated, you'll be able to put in this energy back to your work and your life both, right? So, as I said, there's a thing called work-life balance. It's work-life integration. And rejuvenation is I'll not even say opposite of a stress, but because it's much more than that. But when you are rejuvenated, you'll be able to put in your 100% to both work and life. Question number 2, how to reinvent, rejuvenate, and rediscover life through passions. So passion is actually a negative word. Because with the passion comes certain desires. And whenever you are into desires, it will be difficult for you to be neutral and put in the work. It's like, so, when we sleep, before sleeping, we usually do a prayer. And that prayer says, we are yet but slaves of our wishes, putting bar to our advancement. Because whenever you are having a passion and whenever you are trying to get hold of it, it might work negatively for you. It might create many problems. Whereas, if I take passion as your 100% or your wherever you are doing it, or let's say I put it as a goal. So you are passionate about your goal. Then the meaning gets changed. So when you're passionate about the goal, when you're talking about the goals and then through goals, how to reinvent, rejuvenate, and rediscover, then I'll put it in terms of that if you have a goal and you are working towards that goal, right? Number one, as I said in today's story also, which was the very clear message. First is you need to understand that it requires time to become the real seeker, otherwise, or the complete pudding. Then only the aroma and the sweetness will come. So it has to be cooked. Half cooked or raw will not work. So whatever is your goal, for that also you will have to get into the passion. Second is rediscover, because it's an infinite journey. Infinite journey in the sense that when you were a child, you have a different goal, right? At that time, perhaps teaching was, studying was a goal. Or the people used to say, oh, how good it will be if I don't have to go to school. When you grow up, you want to become something. And that goal keeps on changing. At one point in time, when you are 25 or 35, your goal change. So goalposts change. When you move from 35 to 45 or 50, perhaps the whole goal changes again, and so on and so forth. So at one point in time, so hence neither the goal, all these goals are keep on changing because we are moving ahead in the journey. And that will happen by the way of reinventing, rejuvenating, and keep on rediscovering because you will find many new things about yourself. The third question, how we can recharge and rejuvenate outside of work for better work-life balance. Well, I'll first say that why do we say rejuvenate outside of work? It's about, so the work and you are not two things. You are doing that work. You are going for, let's say, for a track. So you heard that I love reading. I love to go to the tracks and I love to interact with the people. And it rejuvenates me. Now, how does it do? So when I go to the tracks, I immediately gets connected to the nature, to the people. And that's rejuvenates. In fact, if I have to say that, long ago, almost about 6, 7, 8 years ago, I went to a track called Kailash Mansarovar track. I went through Government of India's policy. We were 27. I was all alone from, as far as my group is concerned. But there were people from all kinds of economic status, educational status, different states, different languages. Few couldn't speak English, few couldn't speak Hindi, few couldn't speak both. And yet we all were walking and going together. When I came back, and in my office, the people asked, how are you feeling? I felt very much rejuvenated. And the answer which I discovered was, because that's how we are meant to. We are meant to do some of the physical work. We are meant to be connected to the people. We were told while we were going that, the only way to attain Shiva is to serve the people, to serve any animal, to look God into everything you come across, be it plants, be it animals, be it human beings. And I realized that sitting in our offices, we do not connect to the people. And that's how I kept the title of today's session as Swa Se Sarv, I to we. When you will be connected to everybody in your workplace, you will automatically will have that rejuvenation. You will automatically get recharged. And that's how the balance automatically comes in. And the same thing happens with your family. So your work becomes your family and your family also becomes your work. And automatically you start knowing where is the moderation and how to find the balance between the two. It comes naturally from your inner self. Because you are cleaning yourself in the evening. You are doing your meditation to know who you are. What are your priorities, etc. And then automatically the two things start integrating with each other. How to unlock rejuvenation for strategizing the work-life balance? I think I answered this question now, but I'll just simply repeat. Unlocking rejuvenation is finding yourself, knowing your real strengths, identifying what are those contradictory things which are inside you, and removing the negativity and expanding the zone of positive, or just being an observer that you are feeling this. We talked about it yesterday also, that Swami Vivekananda has said, I am working and observing that I am working are two different things. So the balance starts coming in. The third is the strategy is very simple. When you get up in the morning, connect yourself, do your meditation, and get to your work, whatever work you have. In the evening, when you come back around dusk time, go for your cleaning and feel lighter. When you go to bedtime, again, connect yourself to the source with the prayer of gratitude to all the things and praying for everybody and surrendering to whosoever that ultimate source is. And then when you sleep, and again you connect back in the morning. So what happens is even your sleep becomes meditation, and automatically the balance starts coming in. It's a natural process. How to put the new perspectives of rejuvenation and maintaining the work-life balance? I think all these questions are in the similar line. So I hope the answer is done on that slide. So that's all from my side. If there is any other question, Dr. Samir.
You do not have any other questions. Already, I have put it over there in the chat box.
Sure.
We are thankful to Dr. Mrinalini Shah for deliberating these sessions on rejuvenation, and she has thrown light on that one as various aspects of rejuvenation and the productivity and other aspect of the work-life balance in connecting the rejuvenation. Whenever I am talking about that one is particularly on that one is 3 days she has spent it in these sessions. We are once again thankful to you for sparing your valuable time in putting it these sessions to the front of that, particularly our audience, the chartered accountants altogether. We are also thankful to Mr. Rajiv Gupta, Dr. Rajiv Gupta and Mr. Deepak Kanduri for their guidance and the continuous mentoring on that one is particularly various aspects of work-life balance. With this, we conclude today's session. We are thankful to each and everyone present over here. Thanks to all.
Thank you very much.